Hello YouTube, Wes here checking in with a brand new episode of the Vinyl Disc-Overy Show. This is the vinyl show all about the vinyl experience, talking about the printing, the pressing, the packaging, all that kind of stuff, one album at a time, sealed to revealed sort of thing. And today we were talking about the 1992 album, I believe it is. Yes, 1992 debut album by Arrested Development, a group out of Atlanta, Georgia. This is their debut album, 3 years, 5 months, and 2 days in the life of. This is my original, or not my original. I actually had this on cassette first, and then I bought it on CD. But this is my CD copy of the album. I thought maybe this could give us a bit of contextualization of the album and whatnot. Give us a couple things to talk about. The first thing I can talk about here is the disc itself. The recording and mastering is analog, digital, and digital, of course. The third digital always being digital on CDs because that is the actual physical copy itself is digital, but the mastering is also digital on this album. So that means that this vinyl is probably sourced from a digital master. I'm guessing. I don't think they went back and actually remastered this album. It doesn't say anything about them going back and remastering this album, but the original recording was done analog, which is interesting. At the time, it was not necessarily a common thing to do, but maybe due to cost, maybe it was cheaper to record in the analog realm still at that time. But I thought that was just an interesting sort of look at that, an interesting sort of telltale of what we're going to expect on the vinyl itself. I thought I'd go ahead and take a look at the booklet itself as well. I don't know what kind of extras are included inside the vinyl pressing here, this reissue that was just released on March 17th, 2017. But we do have some lyrics and photos inside the booklet here. It's been a while since I've actually looked at this, so I didn't remember exactly what this was like, but that is what the original CD looked like for this album. Yeah, this has been a really hard to find album on vinyl for a long time. I'm really glad they finally got around to reissuing it. There is an American release of this album listed on Discogs from 1992. I have never seen one for sale in a store anywhere, and all the ones that are for sale on Discogs are from outside the United States, so I'm not even convinced there is a real legit US pressing of this album ever, other than a promotional version that's just in a plain white sleeve with a banner across the top. And it was all 15 tracks were crammed onto one disc as well on those original pressings. So not exactly going for quality at that time, but this one has been reissued on 2 LPs, which is nice. Take a look at the back sleeve here. Of course, exactly like the CD in that respect. Other than the track listings being split up across 4 sides. This has 15 tracks. The CD does have a bonus track, a bonus 16th track, a remix of People Every Day, which I don't think is on this particular pressing. So yeah, that's about it. 2 LP set, non-gatefold sleeve, but really nicely done. The photograph here on the cover is a lot clearer than I expected it to be. Sometimes they don't really have a lot to work with when they're going back to these 90s albums. They were made for CDs and cassettes, and that they were sort of saved as a smaller size, and they don't really blow up real well. But this is really nice and sharp and clear. And yeah, really happy with how this looks. So let's get this cracked open and see what it looks like on the inside. Alright, there's the album without its shrink wrap on, just sort of a semi-gloss kind of thin cardstock cover here. Better look at the back there. So let's slide this out of here, what we got in here. Okay, so what we have here is a sheet with track listing, lyrics, band logo here. And some more track listing and lyrics and some thank yous and stuff. And again, the band logo. So none of those photos that were in the CD booklet are included in this vinyl pressing. But that is how that is. And of course, as I said, this is spread across 2 LPs. We got these curved corner paper sleeves. Okay, so here is the vinyl itself. Feels fairly heavy. Looking at the dead wax here, I do see a matrix code from GZ Vinyl in the Czech Republic, so that is where this has been pressed at. They do pretty decent job. I've been pretty happy with their work, and I do see CB in the dead wax as well. So this is mastered by Chris Bellman, which is interesting. Very great, very good mastering engineer for the modern times here. So this should be this should sound pretty good. The mastering should be pretty well done. I would imagine they would have to. Well, they definitely would have had to recut the plates, as I said, because the original pressing of this had the whole album crammed on 1 LP. So obviously they would have to make new plates for this pressing, and it looks like Chris Bellman did that. So it should be done very well. And I don't really have too much of a problem with GZ Vinyl in general. They seem to do good work. You know, they're always flat. There's never any problems with non-fill or anything like that. Anything I've had from them in the past. So yeah, that's the first LP. Let's go ahead and put this one on scale and see what it weighs. Uh, 158 grams is what this comes in at, right where I was expecting it to be, right around 160 grams. And there is side D. Does not include the bonus track that is included on the CD. Would have been interesting. I think they could have done it. You know, most of these sides have 4 tracks, so they could have put 4 tracks on the last side, no problem. But yeah, I don't know why that decision was made. Maybe what they had to work with didn't have that bonus track on it. Not sure exactly. So that is a look at the 2017 25-year reissue of Arrested Development's debut album from 1992. As far as I know, the first real sort of wide release of this on vinyl. As I said, I've never seen an original on vinyl, and the ones that I do see online seem to be outside of the US. So this is really cool. I'm glad to finally have this on vinyl. I'm glad they finally reissued or issued it in general here. And so, yeah, that's your first look. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the Vinyl Discovery series. If you like vinyl videos, if you like music in general, you might want to think about subscribing to the channel here. I do regular vinyl updates, vinyl inboxes, talk about all my finds, talk about what I'm listening to, all that kind of thing. So think you'll enjoy the channel. So subscribe if you're not already. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, a great night, and we'll see you again next time. Cheers.